Hey everybody, and welcome on back to Building with Whip. Today is episode 136, I believe, and we're going to be doing something really awesome today. We're going to be starting with that little guy right over there and here in just a few minutes, and that will be our first building that we are adding to our city. I'm super pumped. I got a great idea in my mind of what I want to see this thing turn out to be. Who knows what'll happen in-game, but yeah, it's looking pretty cool. I did go ahead in between episodes, get all this stuff ironed out, and if you guys caught the bonus episode from last week, we only did one episode because I want to talk about some Minecon Earth things that happened over the weekend, but I'm recording before that's come out, so hopefully we'll have a discussion here probably next week on the changes that we're going to be seeing coming forward, what I'm excited about, and hear more about what you guys are excited about. But I guess you guys got to let me know. What's your favorite thing that you guys saw at Minecon Earth over the weekend? What was your guys' favorite thing from that event? Anyways, I still got to work on cutting all that stuff down, bringing that whole terrain down out there so that we can start actually doing some terraforming like that underneath the ocean or underneath the harbor, so in the ocean itself, so we can get some cool looking stuff down there. Beyond that though, I did come over to this other side here. Sorry, Coda's moving around in the background. I did come over to this other side, do a little bit of extra detail work and things like that. All of this stuff we finished up in the last episode as far as getting everything placed out, including building this whole entire thing. Sorry for all the cuts. Coda's got a little squeaker toy over there that we just gave him, so he's all excited about it. I did go ahead and get the texture variation in for that wall. For the lower half, everything underwater, I still need to do it for the upper half, so that'll be coming here soon. But that's stuff that we've been working on for the last little while. Let me go ahead and get my inventory together over here, guys. We'll start getting in a look at this guy here. Maybe Coda will stop chewing on his toy, and I'll be back with you guys in just a sec. All right, guys, welcome on back. So we're up here. I got most of the things in my inventory what I think we're going to be needing right now. And to get this guy started, I basically wanted to have two big like barn door style things going right here. So we can go ahead and kind of build them up here a little bit. I was thinking we could do it basically just like stacked on top of this stuff right here. And then if we did like that guy right there. So we're making these cool like barn door type things. And I thought that'd be a cool way of like making some fun, interesting entrances instead of just doing like the bland old small door. There we go. Just a plain door. I figured that'd be kind of boring. So we want to go ahead and break this up here just a little bit and use these extra guys here, some detail bits. Then I did go ahead and bring in some spruce doors. We're going to do a spruce door on the corner of both of them right here. And then basically we're going to do trap doors like this. And then we can do a third one right there. And you'll see, oh, don't fall off. You'll see that once we can go ahead and get all this stuff here put in place, it'll look pretty cool. It's like cool barn door styled entrances that, because this guy's going to be more or less the plan is to have it being like I don't know, some sort of a carpenter or something like that, some sort of industrial type job. You guys will have to let me know in the description what we shoot for the interior here, but you can kind of see the general entrance right there. Originally, I was going to do like our cool oak trapdoors that we have. They're a little bit lighter, but I want to throw a door in there, so I figured we'd change it up for the spruce and be able to do that. That's really bugging me that the doors are the other direction. Can we fix that? Can we fix that? Does that? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank gosh. Okay, cool. That'll work out just fine. We can deal with that one. Now, after we got that guy in place, I was thinking it'd be kind of nice if we just brought in some regular stone. So we had kind of like a smooth plastered area right here for everything. So it'd be just looking really, really clean because we're going to have a lot of roughened up edges and a lot of good shape to the guy on top here. So we want to go ahead and start ourselves with a clean base was my thinking. For right now, I don't quite know what I want to be doing this direction out of the build yet. So we're going to be focusing on the front face itself. After we get up here, though, I figured like any good medieval build, we want to get that extending hanging out bit so it kind of comes out over so it's not just totally flat. And I'm using my typical idea right here of what I like to do this for, using a slab and then two trapdoors and then slabs, just kind of going all the way around, because that way you get a little bit of variation right there. As you can see like that, it looks a little bit better than if we do like say full trapdoors or something like that. Beyond that though, I was thinking we could go ahead and bring in some log action right here. And then if we do some more log action like this guy, then we can go ahead and take these ones and this. So I want to do like a little bit of a frame right here. So we go ahead and do 1, 2, and 3. And I think that'll be good for right there. We can go ahead and get it up to this point. And then I want to do like a third floor. So this is floor 2 right here, right? These buildings are going to be pretty tall in this area. Floor 2 right here is going to be kind of like the general living area. Then we have like some garden boxes along the top of this that I think will bring us up to floor 3. And the cool part, what we're going to be using here is we're actually going to be using some of this stuff. We got our birch logs that we're going to go ahead and strip all the way and bring these guys all the way up to the top like this and like that, and then bam, 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 and bam, bam. We've got some good shape to this guy right here. And then we're going to do right here, we can go ahead and throw in some windows for now. Already I have some glass panes on me for once, so we can go ahead and let's see, can we get up on top of this guy? Bam, right like that, and then bam, bam. Cool, perfect. So I was thinking this could be kind of a cool little starter face right here for us kind of working our way through. So we could just, nope, that's not where you go. I want to be able to get like just a good general look to this guy from our first building that we're adding in here. We got to get some cool details to it. So I wanted to start with this guy right here. As you can see, it's going to be pretty large, extending way up over the top of this guy, and I think it's looking pretty solid. Sorry for all the little cuts here. I don't know what's going on. For me, like talking and everything today is just weird. I think I'm still pretty exhausted. We actually, if you guys don't know what it is, the Tough Mudder, it's this big race that's kind of travels around the US. What am I looking for here? No, I think I have everything I need on me. But yeah, it's this big like mud running race that travels around the US, and we actually did that a few days ago up here in the Seattle area, and oh my gosh, that was so much fun, but it was so messy. For now, we're just going to use some stone to pillar up because we can easily get rid of that stuff later. But yeah, so I think I'm still in like partial recovery mode from that one. I had so much fun at it, but it was a great time. So we're going to go ahead and bring this layer out here again, just doing one more like this, so we can extend this guy all over the side here, and then bringing him right out to this point. You know, I need some dirt. I want to turn this into like a flower box right here, and then extend this stuff up a little bit more. Let me go ahead and find some dirt real fast. All right, guys, welcome on back. So we got our nice little dirt pot planter thing up here. We'll fill it in with some flowers later, and there is my face. I'm trying to figure out what creative ways we could do to get rid of this, though, because if you ever like do a step back or step forward with trapdoors, you always end up with those blocks because those little gaps, because we can't do like an L-shaped trapdoor, like those don't exist, which kind of sucks, but it's something we got to deal with. So what I wanted to show you guys next, though, is what we're going to be doing for the roof up here. I wanted to go ahead and introduce some brick into the city very early on, because I think it's going to make a great like just additive color and things like that as we go through the place. So I want to go ahead and quickly just kind of bring you guys in here as we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a dark oak lining right here along, like as a trim block, I guess you could call it, along our roof right here. Beyond that, we're going to be going ahead and adding in this cool like brick area right here. So one thing we are going to do, though, is I want to figure out a way that we can actually go ahead and like right up in this area, I want to have another little window. I want to have like the top centerpiece window. So we're going to have like our 3 brick blocks right like this. And then right behind these guys, for now, I'm just going to go ahead and throw some dirt. But I wanted to go ahead and squeeze another little bit of a window right up in here, because I thought it would be really cool. So we can go ahead and do something like this. Maybe break that guy out, and we can go ahead and fill these guys all in as our strip logs instead of the birch logs themselves. I think that right there is going to be a really cool window. I do want to make it so that when we're done with this build, that at the top point, when we get all the way back here to the top, I want to make sure everything is at an even point. So I want to go ahead and make it so that that part right over there, that part of the roof, I think we want to go, let's go up to here for now. We'll see what this all is looking like. So basically this side here is going to be super easy because we can basically just go, nope, not like that. Super easy, messes up the first one. So we can basically go ahead and bring in the brick all the way along here, and I think that's going to be totally fine. One thing I did want to go ahead and add, though, is so right like here, that'd be a little awkward, right? So what if we go ahead, instead of that guy, we bring in just a full block right here, then that brings these all up to the exact same point. And I think that's really going to do us some justice here so that we can kind of bring it all here together. Coda's whining behind me, so I might have to cut this clip here in just a sec. Oh, dogs. But yeah, then over here we could go ahead and basically just fill all that in, and we can go ahead and do a dark oak one like that. And then these kind of all are now on an even playing field, which is really good. This is exactly what we want. And then that brings us up to this point right here, where we can start going ahead, and that's gonna be a dark oak. But this guy right here, we need to go ahead and figure out, because I wanted to go ahead and have this, so I'm getting so confused when I need an axe or I need a pickaxe. But I want to go ahead and make it so that these guys kind of pop out right here, and pop out right like that. And then at the top here, I'm actually going to go ahead and make a crafting table here real fast. I want to get some brick slabs right like that. Let's see what this is looking like. That's really, really cool. Okay, I do like that a lot. I'll tell you what, guys. Let me go ahead and get the roof, kind of the stairs lined up all the way up to here. See what Coda wants, and I'll be back with you guys in just a few. All right, guys. Welcome on back. We got the top roof placed in right over there, and it's looking pretty nice. I've done a little bit more work over here on the side, trying to figure out more about what it's going to be looking like as far as this part going back. I was thinking that we could have like a double wide staircase going up here, maybe as like an entrance to that room, and maybe like it could also be going as the entrance into the upper floors of like the building that'll go right here. I don't know, it could be something like that that we can mess around with later. For now, I'm just going to leave it like that so we can have more of a facade here built up and ready to go. Next thing I want to touch on though is we're going to go ahead and get these flowers here in place. I do have some azure bluets as well as some good old blue orchids, so we can get a lot of vibrant colors out here. I was thinking it was going to be really cool to get just a lot of these guys right along this thing all the way across. Maybe we do something like that. I was actually thinking about, for now, I have a plan. It's a weird one, but it's a plan, and it involves us getting rid of these two potentially. We might place that back in later, but I kind of like having that emptied off right there, because that part right there, which we'll get to in just in a second. Hopefully the Coda's not too loud down there running around, playing with all of his new fancy toys. But beyond that, I want to go ahead and come up here in a way of disguising this, making it look a little bit more natural in here. I want to go ahead and put in a big bush. So we're going to use some jungle leaves here, kind of put in like a hanging bush that's kind of just barely hanging over the edge there. But yeah. The next thing we're going to be working on, though, is I want to actually start showing you guys what our next little mini project's going to be, though. I do need to get my inventory here cleared up as it is a mess. But yeah, we do want to keep these spruce slabs on us. We don't need that door. We could go ahead and use a little bit more stone. We got some cobblestone here with us, and I'm thinking we're going to need some cobblestone walls. That's probably way more than enough, but we'll start with that. Okay, cool. Clicking phase is over with. What we're going to be working on next is we're going to be turning this area right here into a cool archway. So I want to go ahead and kind of have like a base part right here, make it look a little bit more fortified than what we have over there so it looks more natural. And then we're going to bring this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to have a little tiny building right here on this end. So just like a outcropping area for the tower or something. We're going to go ahead and basically occupy this little space right here. I think it's going to be really cool. We can basically take this guy all the way down here to fill in towards this lower part. So we're going to fill in with the dock and everything like that. I'll probably go ahead and take it all the way down into the water as well, just because I need to do it for my own sanity's sake. We got to go ahead and get that stuff all filled in, but we can go ahead and get rid of all these guys. It's going to make this corner a little bit more boxy and skinny, but I think for the overall vibe it's going to give off, I think it'd be really, really cool. First things first, we need to go ahead and do a little bit more block placement over here. But basically, I wanted to go ahead and kind of stack these guys up, doing a little bit of like this pattern we've used before, where we go ahead and basically just create some T's and use every other block on the corners we do with our polished andesite just to make it feel a little bit stronger. For now, we're going to go ahead and kind of cut it off at this point because I kind of want the staircase to, or the pathway, because we're going to have a little walkway right through here. I want that to kind of land up or line up with this other side over here. This guy, however, we're just going to go ahead and fill in all the way. And what I wanted to do was basically bring these guys all the way up to that point. We're going to go ahead and leave this front part as some cobblestone walls to make it a little bit more detailed and skinnier. And we can go ahead and bring this guy all the way up to this upper point right here. It's going to be probably about right to there. And we can go ahead and bam, bam, and one more right there. And then bam, and bam, and bam. Now that we're up at this point, though, this is where all like the fun stuff happens, and I have none of the blocks I want to make. Let me get my inventory together. I'll be back. All right, guys, welcome back. So we are now on top of our super cool little place up here, and we can go ahead and start doing a little bit of extra work, kind of detailing this area out, adding in little bits and bobs here. I did go ahead and detail out the bottom area, just doing some cobblestone andesite, everything mixed up down there. I felt like it made the cobblestone walls themselves fit a lot better. And there's my face again. We're going to be using stripped oak logs on this one. So we have the stripped birch over there, and I want to use the stripped oak here so that it gives just a little bit of variety. We're going to be focusing on making the little tower, I guess you could call it, for this side right here real fast, guys. But basically what it's going to be is that. And then we can go ahead and get our, if we can stop jumping, we can go ahead and get these guys in place right here. Let's put that in our offhand. Get all those guys churned up right here into what they should be. And then we are going to be using some glass panes that are going to be on all 3 corners of this. So it's basically like a little reading nook bedroom area that looks out over the sea. I really like the idea behind this one, and I think it's going to make this area really come together. So we can go ahead and bring these guys all the way up to the top here, and that's starting to look pretty cool. I'm hoping. And then we can go ahead, we do need to do one more layer on the top here just so that we get that finished rounded bit to it. That makes it look so much better. I'll go ahead and grab that guy there in a second. But what we're going to be focusing on next is we need to go ahead and bring out our dark oak, because that's what we're going to be making the roof of this guy out of. We can go ahead and get rid of our oak logs in our offhand so you guys can see a little bit better here. But yeah, we're going to basically go ahead and come along this point right here, do some stair action like this, going all the way around. Man, I swear, the cars just get louder and louder and louder. The longer I try and record, the more loud cars come by. But anyways, we're going to be bringing this stuff all the way along here just like this. It's coming all the way around, and then we basically go ahead and just bring this all the way in up to the next level again, right like this. And then we're going to go ahead and basically just bring this around right here, give it a little bit more of a fine point to it, instead of leaving it at that kind of boring point that it was at right there, where if everything just came together, it'd probably be stopped about like right here. But this way, we can go ahead and do like that and do a little action right there and go ahead and bring this guy up another one. Now I do want to throw some fences on here. So we're going to have to go ahead and pull out our good old crafting table. Do that, grab some dark oak fences, and that is way more than I thought I would be making, but that's totally fine. And what do we got? Ooh, I like that. If we connect that with that building, get a cool archway across here, that's going to work really well. Yeah, let me go ahead and get the shape of this archway here planned out, guys, a little bit better, and I'll be back with you. As our sun is setting right through this gateway, let's line it up there, right there, perfectly in the middle. I think we got a good archway right here. And I did not mean gateway right there, by the way. This is not going to be a gate. It's just going to be an arch that carts and things will be going under. Just a little ways to add interest and depth to our area. So we got this guy here filled in, ready to go. We got a super cool guy riding by with his super fast car outside as well. And what I wanted to do, I don't have any cobblestone slabs on me though. There we go, we got some right there. What I wanted to do is I wanted to go ahead and start bringing some of this detail out right through here so we can basically start lining this stuff up. Basically, these are going to be cloned on both sides, so we can go ahead and do a little bit of action right like here, like that. And we're basically going to work to the point where we can just be bringing this thing all the way out ourselves, going all the way across. And I was thinking something like that could be kind of a good way of doing it. Then we could go ahead and jump up over here and right there, and that fills that area in. And that kind of is our connecting bridge area right there. Let's go ahead and use our last ender pearl, jump up into our house. Hopefully there's no mobs up here. That's a good idea to throw a torch down. Yeah, so we can go ahead and do that, and that would actually be coming up to being this high here as well. We are going to get ourselves a little bit of extra depth on this guy, and that's looking pretty good. I really, really like this. Oh man, this is going to be so cool. For lighting purposes, let's go ahead and just do some lights like right along there. That's a good way of lighting this area up for now. Yeah, let me go ahead and sleep. Let me get that other side followed up with, and I'll be back with you guys. I'm working my way around right now, guys, just adding extra little bits of detail, bringing in a little bit of andesite here to mess up the faces we're working with. Just there's just a little bit more detail to them than just being a flat cobblestone area. I did go ahead and bring in a few stair bits and things like that just to kind of freshen it up and mix up the area, roughen up that surface just a little bit, and I think I like it a lot. So we got to go ahead and grab our shovel here real fast and go ahead and get these guys all down. And that's a good point that we can go ahead and take a look back here and see kind of what's up. I like this one a lot. I think it's working really, really well. And I want to show you guys now what I kind of been coming up while working on this stuff, just for what I want this upper part to be looking like. So here we can go ahead. We're just going to grab some spruce slabs, and that'll kind of bring us up to this point. Actually, you know what? Do we have any? We have cobblestone slabs on us, so let's just go ahead and use those, seeing as this is a stone floor, so that'd be totally fine. We can go ahead and get that guy right here. Then we're going to go ahead and place in our oak logs all the way along here, and we can go ahead and break these guys all right like that, and we can go ahead and place them all again right along the top of this guy. Then actually, we do need to go ahead and break this middle one because I want to get more windows and more flower pots along here. That's going to be one way that I really kind of define what this area looks like. And wow, what the heck is going on with this lag? I don't know if you guys got a bunch of lag spikes on that side for what you guys are going to be seeing. But oh my gosh, that was really bad there for a second. Let's go ahead and get these down so we're not sitting on extra ones. I realize one of my biggest pet peeves now in Minecraft 1.13 is accidentally stripping a log that you didn't want to strip. That is one of the biggest problems, or having those extra, like, one non-stripped log as your inventory. Like, that's your extra inventory slot, or that's what's left in your inventory. Oh, man. Then you got, like, the whole, like, you have 50-something of oak logs, and you got one stripped oak log. It's like, so aggravating. All right, sorry for the interruption there. I did not mean to cut the clip right there, but it happened, so that's fine. I'm kind of coming up with here something that's a little upsetting that would require us doing a big change to fix it. Originally, in my mind, I pictured this area right here to that block, so this guy being over one there. So we'd have to move this entire thing right here back one block. I think it would add a lot of extra depth and a lot of extra oomph to the build, I guess. It'd make it it'd feel a lot more finished. It'd feel a lot more like the shape I was going for here. So that, like, you don't have this line connecting right here, that there's actually like a broken up in that line. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I think I gotta do it. Yeah, I can't leave it like this. I can't do that. Let me go ahead and move that back, guys. I'll be back with you, which means we're going to be basically sliding this whole part of the wall right here. We're basically going to be sliding that to there, you to there, and you to there. And we're basically just moving this whole thing back one block. Oh. All right, guys, welcome back. We got... Finally, this thing is moved over, ready to go. And it's, I feel so much better. That little line right there where it's kind of split up instead of being just 6 long, it makes me so much happier. And I'm really happy I did that, just to kind of clean things up here. We do need to go ahead and still detail out this backside, but I'll get that done soon. Next thing, though, that I want to be showing you guys is that along the bottom of these guys, we're actually going to be bringing in some birch stairs to make little flower pot holders of sorts. So we need to go ahead and get some flower pots. And then I want to use some azure bluets, and I think I actually have a few oxide daisies over here that we can go ahead and use on this guy as well. Would they be up there? There? No. Maybe I don't. Maybe I lied. I think yep, I don't have any. Bummer. Okay. Nope, there's more chests over here. Haha, we can go ahead and grab some. We do need to finish this episode up because it's going to be rather long. No. Nah, azure bluets. Maybe we'll just do azure bullets for now. That's fine. We'll go ahead and just have these guys in here. So I was thinking is that we could go ahead, before we go ahead, jump up all the way to the top to finish off the roof itself. Now that our inventory is full of junk again. I wanted to go ahead and come all the way up to these. Guys right here. And grab our birch stairs, throw them in like that. Bam, bam, and bam. And we can go ahead and do flower pot, flower pot, flower pot. Maybe this person just like really likes their azure bluets. So we're going to go ahead and throw those guys in there. And I think that'll give us a much better look to this thing in general to make it... No, there goes some gravel. Oh, well, I'll fix that soon. Yeah. Ooh, okay. I like that a lot more. That is looking really good. I think that's going to help kind of hide what's behind it in the middle there. And then we can go ahead and get those onto the backside here. And then while we're doing it, we can also go ahead and jump all the way up to the top here. Let's go right there. I'll show you guys how this roof's going to work. So right now we have 1, 2, and then we're going to have a third row of stairs across this guy right here. And that's going to bring us all the way to a point together. So we can go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and bam, right like that, filling that last one in. We can go ahead and do that on this side right here as well. And you can see this kind of creates a 1 wide block gap here in the middle that we can go ahead and use to kind of detail out our last bit. So we for sure want to go ahead and fill in the little spots right here so that there's nothing really poking around. It kind of comes out to something like this. After that, though, we want to go ahead and grab our dark oak slabs, and we want to go ahead and grab our dark oak stairs and kind of create this rolling pattern, which actually makes this place mob proof because we're using stairs and slabs. And then it also gives a cool little bit of detail to the top, so it's not just like a flat line. So you can see kind of right there, it's breaking up the surface a little bit. I did go back to base and grab an iron bar as well while I was doing all my other remaking things. I want to stick that on top of that guy to see how that all looks. So let's go ahead and jump over here. take a look at this whole thing. And ooh, that is very, very nice. I'll tell you guys what though, this episode is very long at this point. I'm trying to keep it under a half hour. Let me go ahead and finish up detailing this guy. Go ahead and get a comment or question of the day ready, and I'll be back with y'all. All right, guys, welcome on back. So it's time that we finish this episode off. I don't know if I showed you guys that we do have Optifine up and running in this world, and oh man, I am so much happier now. Things are running super smooth, and it's all looking really awesome. And what we got to finish up the rest of this episode is I went ahead and added a few little bushes in here. We got everything in here for the roof all set up, ready to go. And it's looking pretty good. I did some work over here on this guy too and just kind of filled in the walls and did a little bit of extra work. But we'll check that out later on when we start doing the interiors for these. Mostly filled in this entire wall because I want to work on like the buildings throughout this area in the next few episodes. It is time for the comment or question of the day, guys. This one is coming in from Edvin Jansen. He says, really excited to see how the port city will turn out. Question of the day, are you planning to reset this series and do a season 2, or are you planning this to be a never-ending world like BOOs? So I've always been pretty adamant about me never wanting to fully reset this world. That being said, when we moved into 1.13, we cleared out all the chunks that we did not use previously so we could get like the updated oceans, for example, because we had been building that. That wall right there is a little over a year old at this point. So we've been doing a lot of work just kind of around the whole area, around everything like that. And like all those icebergs out there, those are brand new generated and all that cool stuff. So I do like the idea of keeping this one world here. You also have to let me know though, because we got 1.14 coming eventually down the road. We're going to be hearing what it is. Actually, you guys already know what it's going to be about. I still don't because I'm recording in advance. But yeah, we know what the topic of that is going to be about. And we kind of know that it's going to have a lot of biome updates just from what I've seen that they've been teasing. Which means a lot of the biomes, like our plains biome, our dark oak forest biomes, and things like that are already in our existing area are eventually going to be updated. So should we go ahead and reset it completely, start from scratch, and go into a new world? Or do you guys more like the idea of what Wells Knight did personally, where he decided when he wanted to reset and go on to a, quote, season 2 for his Kingdoms world, he went off about 10,000 blocks away and decided that that is where he was starting his stuff, and he did like 10 episodes and had to go kill the Ender Dragon before he could go ahead and get all his old stuff and kind of reconnect the worlds and all that. I kind of like the idea of that one. You guys will have to let me know though, because ultimately we're doing this world together here. So if you guys think that we should go ahead and fully reset when we get to a point where we can't really do anything anymore, or if we should like keep forever expanding upon this one and kind of keep those numbers racking up, we could even do like the series 2 where we jump off into a different continent. I've always been pretty big on that one. I do want to go ahead and kind of finish this world off as is and then start a season 2, or not this world, this continent, I guess we could call it, then start our season 2. But yeah, I think that'd be a pretty cool way of doing it. Yeah, that's kind of all I got to say on that one. I'm curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are about it. Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. Hope you guys like that we built up our first building of the city, and I think we started off with a really cool one here, not just some square, normal rectangle-y Minecraft typical house. We got some cool stuff going on with it. Anyways, before this gets too long, thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that like button because it really means a lot to me, guys. It means a lot for how much effort I've been putting into these guys recently. So thank you guys all so much for that. Hit that subscribe button if you're new, and I will catch you on the flip side.